The Reman Project is a coaching and consulting firm specializing in personal and leadership development for adult Black males, seeking to break the vicious cycle of missed potential so that they themselves transform their personal lives, their sense of leadership to their families, and their legacies that they want to leave for business and culture. We destroy this cycle on two fronts. We confront both the institution and the individual. We address the institution because, according to the statistics, Black males are under assault and are targeted for extinction in ways that their white counterparts are not. We are over incarcerated and undereducated. There are systems in place, political systems, media systems, and religious systems that serve as intentional, or some say unintentional, barriers to the Black male's advancement. As a result, we work to raise public awareness about issues confronting Black males, promote healthy and positive images about Black males, curate spaces to share information and resources about programs, services, and support for Black males, support knowledge creation and dissemination around these issues, and provide a forum for Black males to both speak and act for themselves. We address the individual Black male because we cannot avoid personal responsibility. We are now overmothered and underfathered. We make bad social choices, and we avoid responsibility for getting ourselves out from under the social plight that we face. We will develop the moral compass and character necessary to face the adverse realities that are faced in everyday life. We live by the premise that even that which is not our fault is still our responsibility. In 2019, we answered the call to transform the culture one man at a time. Our society, our families, and men in particular, are in a state of crisis. And the goal of the Reman Project is to curate the largest, strongest, and dopest community of Black males in the entire world. We then create awareness and action against the institutional and individual impediments that exist against the foundation of our culture and overall society, which is the Black male. What's up, my guy?
What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm watching these here Olympic Games.
Yeah.
It looks like the women just won gold.
Yeah, they said that the United States broke the 100 medal barrier that no one else has ever accomplished before. There are a
Okay.
total over 100 medals throughout the
Okay.
Olympics. Yeah, the closest one is China behind that comes in second, and they're like I think 30 medals behind us. Maybe
Really?
even more. Yeah, maybe even more by now since last night and everything, or yesterday and today. So
So it looks like
yeah,
we handling our business.
handling out and they handling their business
Yeah,
for real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks like the women's team almost lost though.
Which was the basketball?
Yeah, they almost lost to France.
Really? Because I haven't seen that. So that came on today, or that's on now.
They're medaling up now.
Oh, okay. So they'll probably, hopefully they'll re-show it because what they've been doing is you could see it in the afternoon and then they usually repeat it in the evening.
Got it.
So because I wanted to see the women's basketball team
Yeah,
play, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
France ain't no joke. France is no joke, even in the men's basketball.
Yeah,
Give them
yeah,
a minute.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they gonna be right there, especially with that young boy that was playing center for him that plays for the Spurs.
Wemby.
Yeah, Wembayama. Yeah,
Yeah, man, he's a monster.
yeah.
And when he
I'm like,
gets some weight on him,
Yeah,
You know, put some pounds on him. Yeah, so I don't know who this is that won bronze. I mean, I don't know who that is. They got yellow and green uniforms.
it
Uh,
might be Jamaica,
nah, these are all white girls.
maybe Germany.
Maybe, man. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe Germany. Yeah, maybe Germany.
But the NBA, shout out to the NBA women. Good afternoon to all of y'all.
Yes,
Larry,
sir.
Bird, and everybody. We come to talk about this Bible, this bag of seed, these set of principles and prophecies and promises, precepts that lead us to the promise. Right. So do me a favor, all of you that are watching, um, share it with your family and friends. Let them know that we are live. We are live. We are live. Live and in living color. We're in Leroy's living room. We're broadcasting today from Leroy's living room in somewhere around Baltimore, Maryland.
Who didn't say somewhere around Baltimore?
Somewhere in the vicinity of Baltimore, Maryland. Um, I am with my brother and friend and colleague, dear friend. What other adjective can I give you, Leroy? Dear. Uh, what other adjective can I give you, man? What do you think?
No, I only know the one that keeps coming in my head right now is confidant. You
Confidant,
know,
confidant. Yeah,
yeah, I don't
yeah.
know if you said. Did you say You said you did say comrade, didn't
Comrade, confidant. I didn't say lovely today because
you?
there's
No, no.
I did not say lovely today. I comrade, confidant, my boy, my brother, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. So y'all do me a favor and shout it out on your page and let everybody know we in the building. Shout out from Baltimore, Maryland, from Atlanta, Georgia, from if you in Baltimore, if you're in Baltimore, then, then I am.
Atla- Atlanta via Douglasville,
See, I let you have.
Atlanta by way of Douglasville.
This is what happens. Your friends turn on you. Your friends turn on you. I let him have Baltimore today. I let him have Baltimore today, and he still won't have let me have Atlanta. And here's the deal: everyone that is in this area will tell you that this is
They
Atlanta.
live in Atlanta. They
It
live in Atlanta. Is that why they keep saying Atlanta ain't got no more room for nobody?
yeah, we, yeah, we pack. We don't have no. We don't have any. We don't have any.
like the hotel owner told Mary and Joseph, we ain't got no more room.
We ain't got no ain't no space here. Going about your business with Jesus. He ain't gonna. Where y'all from? Nazareth? Yeah, he ain't gonna be nothing anyway.
Right, for real.
He ain't gonna be nothing. He ain't gonna be nothing anyway. Going about y'all, right? So I'm trying to find. Hey, Leroy, let me. I waited all this time to tell you a mishap that happened today.
Okay.
So if y'all gonna clown me, go ahead and clown me. It doesn't matter to me. I'm free. I'm a free man, right? It doesn't matter to me at all. So today I'm shaving, right? I shave my head, shave my face, always do my goatee. I've got I got a head shaver, and then I have some clippers to do my mustache, trim everything up, right? And I always put my dial on 4, and it
Okay.
keeps my little goatee right where it needs to be.
Mhm.
Well, I forgot that I had moved the dial. I
Oh, okay.
moved the dial to 1, which is the closest with a guard.
Mhm.
And look,
So it just cut everything. It cut everything.
it cut everything off. Yeah, so I'm over here looking a little crazy. Fortunately for me, my hair grows back relatively quickly. Um, but I wanted y'all to know everything ain't
I,
always perfect over here.
I don't know with you crossing the great sands of 55.
Great,
It might it might not grow
great,
back as fast as you think.
the great sayings. So this is I don't know whether it's this way for you or not. But like my hair grew like yeah, this whole cul-de-sac thing, it'll grow back by tomorrow.
I
It's
know, right? I like that. I like that. It's the first time I heard it. The cul-de-sac, that's
yeah,
for
this
sure.
cul-de-sac,
They got the cul-de-sac.
this
Ah,
cul-de-sac grow like a chia pet.
that's
So,
hilarious.
yeah. So I'm
Michael Steele need to let his cul-de-sac go. We need to shade that off, brother. I was like, come on, Michael Steele, Lieutenant Governor. Like,
yeah, Michael
yeah,
Steele.
come on, come on in the room, bro. Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Those of you that are watching, good to see you. Cuzzo, I see Pierre that's watching. Let me do this. I see. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. All right, so come on in the room. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm Donald Morton. I need to come up with a cool name like Leroy has. He always comes on here sticking his chest out talking about I'm Leroy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the impact builder. I need to find a real cool name for myself because I come on here with this long speech about who I am, and Leroy just kind of gets right to the point. I'm
Oh,
impact.
you got it. The character coach.
I am the character coach. Ain't no
Yeah.
I am. I'm Donald Morton, the character coach. Yeah, for sure. I help Black men interrupt patterns, disrupt behaviors, break the vicious cycles of missed potential so that they master life, leadership, and legacy. Alongside of me is my co-host, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the impact builder. He is the CEO of JNF Enterprises. He is my brother, my friend, my comrade, my confidant. Yeah, all of the things. So I'm happy to have him with me today. We're happy to have all of you with us today. Do me a favor, share it, no matter where you are watching. If you're watching on all of my Facebook pages, on my regular page, on my business page, inside the Facebook community, the Reman group, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. Oh, we all over the place, Leroy. We are
Yes, sir.
omnipresent. We are just like God. We are omnipresent. Sometimes I say stuff to just piss people off, right? You're not omnipresent. You are not God. You're not. I'm omnipresent.
And I got a question for you. 'Cause this thought came to me a while ago. And we talk about Lucifer and his being kicked out of heaven and him
Yeah,
taking the third of the angels.
yeah.
And I know it's a crazy question. It's probably I already pretty much I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Okay.
Is the devil omnipresent? Because he can only be one place at one time.
That is right.
And his angels that came with him, now they can, as the other angels that were in heaven, they go about and do their business and everything like that. But I don't know why I thought about that the other day. I'm like, oh well, he can't be at Lucifer can't be the devil can't be everywhere all at one time.
Yeah,
You know,
he can't be. He's weak.
for
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
yeah, he's weak. Um, and look at that, look at that American flag being hoisted. All the
Yeah,
sisters.
man. I kind of had to hold a tear back when
Did
what's her
you
name?
cry? You cry?
Gabby what's her last name? The one that ran they got three gold medals.
Simone
I can't
Biles.
remember. No, Gabby. Her name is Gabby. She ran track.
Okay.
But she ran the 4x100. She won the 200, and she won the 4x400. This
Oh,
young lady is, and she's smart as a whip too, cause she's at school in Harvard, so
yeah.
she ain't a dumb cookie.
Oh, yeah. I did see her, bro. Yeah, I
So
did
she's
see her.
standing on the podium, man, and they're playing the national anthem, and I'm like, oh, that's gotta be a compelling feeling.
Yeah,
Just stand up there.
and even I'm watching the sisters receive their medal, right?
Mhm,
Let me tell you what's noticeable. Brittany Griner
mhm,
in tears, hand
mhm.
over her chest,
Yeah, yeah,
right? For
yeah.
the national anthem.
Hmm.
Who wasn't a big fan of America until America
Hmm.
got her,
Right.
right?
Until
We
she
have
needed America.
until she needed America. Now America has its problems. America has its
Correct.
problems.
Yeah,
But for me, it's the greatest country in
yeah,
the world. It's the greatest
yeah,
country in the world,
yeah.
right?
I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah,
You
hands
know,
hands down, greatest
we
country.
gonna fight you. We gonna fight you, and as Dr. King said, to hold you to your, what you put on
Yeah,
paper.
set on
We
paper.
gonna hold you to that. But just
Absolutely.
like family, we ain't let
Ab-
nobody else up.
Absolutely. Ain't nobody else coming.
We ain't let nobody else up
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
back about you.
yeah. And usually people, and then we'll get into the word, man. Usually
Yeah.
people that come for America, even inside America,
Mhm.
ain't been nowhere.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So you have a different perspective when you go outside this country and you recognize, hey, Karen Horry from Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you for hanging out.
Kakalaki.
Kakalaki, South Carolina. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to get into the word in just one moment. This is our Braveheart Bible study. Bishop Samuel McGuire. Did I pronounce that right? Sunday. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce those things, but she's tagging people actually.
Yeah, she's tagging people.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for tagging people. Um, so people that haven't been outside this country don't know how good we got it.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure, bro.
and I will say to everyone, I'm proud to be an American. I really am. I'm an African American, Black American, whatever you want to call me, but I'm honored to be in this country,
Yeah.
and the country where that you have every right to do exactly what you just said a moment ago, hold its feet to the fire, make sure it does exactly what it promised on paper. And when it doesn't, then we show up and we hold America accountable.
Yep.
When America does well, we tell it it's done
Do
well.
that too. Yep.
Yeah,
We tell
yeah,
that too. Yep.
yeah. So let's be honest. Anything you want to share before we get into this Bible, man?
No, I'm ready to go. I listened to my pastor this morning.
Yes.
And yeah, that young brother is on fire. Put some
Yeah.
respect on my name.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
name? Tell you doing it. It's like what what I forgot the title. It's called why or what you make a decision, something like that. I
Hmm.
can't remember the exact
Hmm.
title, but he brought that word, man. And he came out of First Kings 18 with Elijah and the fire when they built the altar. He
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, where your God at?" He
Yeah.
said, "Where's your God?"
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk a bit. Let me just kind of set the terms of the conversation today. We are going to be talking about you shall know them by their fruit,
Mm.
according to Luke chapter number 6, and just kind of have there are a couple of scriptures we just really need to look at. But I want to begin, Leroy, with a statement that I can back up by scripture. And we're going to look at the scripture in just one moment. And that is wherever you are currently right now, the level of your manifestation right now, how you are functioning right now is consistent with the man. We always talk about men here, with the man that you are. Let me give it to you again. The way that you've been functioning, the level of manifestation that you have is based on and is consistent with and a direct mirror of who you are internally. You cannot escape. You can't make excuses for. You can't round about this understanding that a tree, Leroy, is known by its fruit. Right? Are we okay so far? A tree is
Sure.
known by its fruit. If I go outside and I plant apple seed, given the process that the apple seed is going to go through, I have every right to expect apples, because whatever is in the content of that seed, the content of that seed, the essence of that seed is going to produce whatever's in that seed. You don't get oranges from apple seed. You don't get walnuts and grapes, and you get what's in the seed. So if I can just look at the external parts of a man's life, and this can be very difficult for people to hear, but if I can simply look at the results, the fruit of a man's life, I can tell you what has been planted. I can tell you its origin. I can tell you what it looks like, what his internal environment looks like. I can determine all of that. So I really want to. Somebody won. Who is that? She won gold. I don't know what country in Africa that is. Looks like the marathon runners. So a part of what I really genuinely want to get us to today is I want every person that is watching, to embrace this one truth. I know you by the results that you are getting. If you're not getting results, there's something in the origin of what you're doing that is not producing the results. I feel like we need to become far more results oriented. I feel like we need to really begin to pay attention to the results that we're getting or not getting and begin to kind of back up and make adjustments so that we can get the results that we're supposed to get. I think many of us, Leroy, I want to throw it to you here. I think many of us really spend a whole lot of time making excuses for why we have not gotten the results that we genuinely should be getting, because it's hard work to look at ourselves in the mirror and acknowledge, yeah, I'm not getting fruit. I'm not getting fruit. And if I'm not getting fruit, there's something about that. What's up? What's up, Dwight Robinson? Good afternoon, black man. So Leroy, let's talk about this fruit thing. When I hear fruit, I hear results, right? I hear manifestation. There should be some level of manifestation based on level of effort, the kind of seed I'm putting in the ground itself, so on and so forth. What do you hear when you hear the word fruit? Do you hear anything other than results? What do you hear?
Well, when I think of fruits, I think of beyond, like you said, the results. I would add to that the work that comes to get the results, to get the fruit. Everybody knows about agriculture and farming, that there's a time and a season that you plant certain things, and farmers have to know when to plant certain things, and how to cultivate what it is that they're trying to cultivate. You can't plant, like you were just saying, you can't plant an apple and not make sure that the ground is right for it. We talked about that before. Make sure that the ground is conducive to produce an apple.
Yes.
The ground might not be the same for an apple that it is for an orange seed. So
Yeah.
you got to know where to where to plant something, and then how to nurture it, how to take time to water it, make sure that you're doing those things that are going to produce the results, like you said, that you want. I don't think that I don't think that people take the time to think about how the results. People want the results, but they don't think about what it takes to get the results. And people aren't willing to work to get the results. They think that we say it all the time, it's a bad word to us, but this soft life that people talk about, it is a real thing. Like, no, nothing in this life that we're living in, whether it's being in Christ, this Christ life ain't an easy walk. You got to do the things that you need to do if we want to get the results that God tells us that we'll get. This Bible that we're talking about, these are principles, but this is the fruit. In order to be able to get the results that we want from the fruit, we got to do what it says. We have to understand what it's going to take to get to what God tells us that we're going to get to. And it's never easy. I think people I just really truly believe that people want the results without having to do the work.
Yeah.
To me, that's the bottom line. I
Yeah.
just really do.
And there's also, I heard in your comments something that you didn't use as a word, but it was all up and through what you just said. And that is, there is a system by which this works,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And there are different elements to this system. And
Correct.
you've got to do the check work to see what area could be being breached, right?
Mhm, mhm,
If I plant an apple seed, my expectation at some point is I'm going to get apples. If
mhm,
I'm not getting apples, I got to go back and check the seed. If the seed is good, I got to check the environment. If the
mhm,
environment is good, I got to check whether or not I'm watering the ground. If that's good, like I've got to check the system
mhm.
to see if there is any part of the system that is broken and breached. Because if
Yeah.
there is, when I plant a seed, and I'm going somewhere with all of this, y'all. We're going somewhere with all of this. But if I plant a seed, the seed has everything in it that is
Mhm,
necessary to give you an apple. And if it doesn't give you an apple, I don't blame the seed. I got to figure out what I'm not necessarily doing to create an environment for that apple to show up. And then once that, this is a part of, and I don't want to deal with this today, Leroy, but maybe we'll deal with it next week. A part of what people also don't understand in agriculture is that when, and Dwight just put it there, he said, God gives the increase. We know that one plants, another waters, God gives the increase. But here's the deal. In agriculture, my great-grandfather was a farmer. And he was one of the first Black farmers in Delaware. He owned the farm, right? When we talk about harvesting is as much work, if not more, than planting is. And I think a part of where we get challenged, check the process. A part of where we get challenged is we think we got to plant, we got to water, God gives the increase, and God's just going to drop the increase in your lap. That's the way that it happens. Harvesting is a verb. Right? So when I harvest something, that's a verb. The harvest is a noun, but harvesting is a verb. And when that apple gets on the end of that branch, and I've seen apple trees, when that apple gets at the end of that branch, it's not ready for me to eat it until I go pluck it. Like I got to go get it. And oftentimes getting it requires for me to get to the end of the branch. And that is what we were talking about last week. Faith without works is dead, right? The supreme expression of faith is the actions that I take, being willing to go at the end of that branch, take a risk to get to the fruit so that I can eat the fruit that I'm supposed to eat. So principle number one in today's conversation, we'll be done by about 1:10 today, y'all. Principle number one is a good tree. In Luke chapter number 6, verse 43, it says, for a good tree does not bear bad fruit. A good tree doesn't give you bad fruit. And then it says, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. So what it's saying is, look, whatever fruit you are getting is consistent with the root that is on the inside of you. Whatever fruit you're getting is consistent with the root that is on the inside of you. If you are getting bad fruit, it is because there is a bad root somewhere. That's what this says. It says a good tree doesn't produce bad fruit. So the reason why a good tree, you can expect good fruit is because the Bible says here that the law is good tree, good fruit, bad tree, bad fruit, good tree, not bad fruit. It just doesn't work that way. And a bad tree doesn't give you good fruit. It doesn't work that way. So it seems like before I curse the fruit, I better check the root. Somebody put that in the chat. I need to go to the Olympics with the bars I'm spitting right now. If whoever can we just go to can we just chase a rabbit for a moment? Everybody, I'm going to do it too. I'm asking everyone to write the Olympic Games and tell them, give back the breakdancing medal.
I knew you were going to say that.
give it back. Give it back. Come on, give it back. You did not win. You didn't win. You did. It's amazing to me how many people co-opt our culture. I know some people that can do much. That was a hot mess. So either
I ain't see any of it, but I've heard people talk about it. It was just
hot mess, Leroy.
You remember Did you ever see the movie Hitch
Yes.
with Will Smith?
Yeah.
You remember when it was his name with
Yeah.
the dancing?
Yeah.
It's like don't ever do that again.
Don't ever do that again. Right. So a part of where we need to go, and Leroy, I'm tossing it to you right now. The principle is, and it's right here in Luke 6:43. Good tree, good fruit. Bad tree, bad fruit. So if the results that I'm getting aren't what I want, it would seem to me, based on this scripture, don't get frustrated with the fruit. Check the root. There's something going on. Check the root, because a good tree at its root will produce good fruit. A bad tree, bad fruit. So Leroy, we got to get to the place where we stop making excuses. We got to be able to say, okay, there's something funky going on if I'm not getting the results. And ladies and gentlemen, stop letting yourself off the hooks with regard to the desire to get results. You want results. Every man that is in your life should be producing. I'm Gary get a little messy. Ladies, your husband should be producing. Ladies, your son should be producing. Right? There should be a level of productivity that is coming from the man in your life's life. And if not, let's kind of go back and let's check the root. Let's go back and let's check the root. All right, Leroy, anything you want to say about verse 43 before we go to verse 44?
Well, I'll add this. Jesus said that you will know the fruit by the you know the fruit by the, well, you'll know the tree by the fruit it bears,
Yes.
which goes to exactly what you were saying.
Yes.
The tree is determining the fruit that is being bared,
Yes.
and we got to understand. And you always here in Remand we talk about our core.
Yes.
That's the tree.
Yes. Yes.
What's in the tree? And if you ever want to look at a person and determine whether or not this is someone that is genuine, someone that is forthright and everything like that, just look at who they are at their core. And
Say
their
that
core would
because we go right there next. So you are
okay.
right in the vein. Say that one more time.
Yeah, if you ever want to determine and know if a person is true, genuine, look at who they are at their core. And their core, and we talk about this in relationship terms. We talk about how people can put up a facade, but they can only put up that facade for so long. People can fake the funk, but they can only fake the funk for a while until their true character and who they are will begin to
Mm,
show.
mm, mm, mm.
That fruit is going to show either way. Like you said, whether it's good fruit or bad fruit, it is going to show itself. And so when trying to understand, what may be going on with you, or am I a good person, am I not a good person, is this person a good person, not a good person, who are you on the inside? And then looking at someone else, you look at what they genuinely do, the actions that they take when it comes to situations and certain circumstances, because that's who they are at their core.
Yeah.
That's who they are showing you that they are,
Yeah.
and the type of results that they get are going to be determined by who they are truly on the inside.
Those the results, and let me give it to y'all this way. Let me give it to y'all the Remand way. The results that your man is getting in life, family, and business and I'm gonna show it to you in a moment, are a direct result of who he is at his core. And I know we like to make excuses. We like to say, well, if this was in place, if the government did this, and how about the white man? And I know we like all that. We like all of that. But that level of excuse is what's keeping us crippled.
Mhm.
The fruit, here's what Dwight says. He sums it up. The fruit, good or bad, is evidence of character.
Mhm.
So you might be saying, well, what are we talking about fruit? I'm talking about manifestation. I'm talking about results. I'm talking about results in your money. I'm talking about results in your health. I'm talking about results in your marriage. I'm talking about results with regard to you and your children. I'm talking about results in business. I'm talking about results in community. Like those three domains, the areas that you have been given charge. If you're not getting results in those areas, it's because you got to check the root. And I know you don't like to hear that. I know you don't like to hear that. I know that's hard to hear because you're looking right now and listening right now for something that you can throw you can throw a rock at what I'm saying, because you don't want it to be your fault. And let's just get this out the way. Well, Dr. Morton, there's a system out there that's against us. Yup. Yeah. You get no arguments from me. There is a system out there that is designed to keep you back. Okay, now what? like right, Leroy, like now what? Like let's
Okay.
acknowledge that, right? Let's acknowledge that there is a system out there. Let's acknowledge that system is designed to keep black men. It's designed that way. It's designed that way. It's designed that way. My guy, you ain't got to puff up in your chest about it. It's designed that way. I get it. Now that we've acknowledged that,
What are you gonna do about
Leroy, take it from there. What are we gonna do about it?
it? Here's the thing, bro. And you just, as you were talking about that, I started thinking about our community
Yes.
and the reason why our community is not bearing the results that we want.
Yes, bro.
You got to look, and I have those 5 pillars that I talk about, which
Yes.
is family, government, education, business, and the church.
Yes.
That's what we're looking at as the results. What results are we getting in our family? What results are we getting in education? What results are we getting in government? What results are we getting with our businesses? What results are we getting in the church? Look at from what we just said, the framework that we just talked about, and measure those 5 pillars. And that's why our community is not flourishing and doing what we need to do. You can do the same thing with your family. Like you start with yourself.
Yes. Start with yourself.
Start with yourself. If you're not getting the results that you want, and hey, I'll be the first to say that I'm not getting the results I want. So I got to do some digging. I've got to do
Yeah.
some, what is going on?
Yes. Yes.
If I say I want these results, and this is like you were saying earlier, people don't truly want to look at themselves.
Why not, Leroy? Why not?
It's the A word. Nobody wants to be accountable.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
want to be held accountable, because if I have to hold myself accountable, I'm responsible for getting the results that I want. I saw it was in on TikTok, brother on TikTok, and he talked about the very thing that you and I talked about before. And I asked you that question about how we talked about how the black man was removed from his house, right?
Yes.
Back in the day. And he talked about the same thing that I said. He's like, no, it wasn't that the government, as we want to say, ran us out of our house, because if you're a man, you ain't letting nobody come in your house and remove you, are you?
That's right, bro.
So what happened?
Yeah, that's right.
So we've got to look at this for ourselves and say, look, If we're going to be the black men that we say, and we talked about this shit, we coming home.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we were the ones that left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody put us out.
Yeah.
We left.
Yeah. 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 For sure. 100%.
Now, the different reasons for why you left may be.
There are systems. There are systems, right? So we acknowledge again, because I hear brothers, I hear you, brother. Nah, I came out of jail, but your ass went to jail. You went to jail.
Well, I can't get a job. I couldn't get a job, and I had to do what I had to do. No, sir.
Yeah, I understand it, black man. You had to do what you had to do. I get it. I do. I get it. Like when you feel like your options are limited, they're really not limited. But when you feel like your options are limited, and you do dumb shit like sell drugs and poison to your own people. In Delaware, there's this place called Hockessin. Like you ain't selling that. It's a white affluent area. You ain't selling that poison in Hockessin. You're selling that poison to your own people. That's a whole nother conversation. But I want you to know, I get it. Like I am with you, standing shoulder to shoulder with you, fighting a system. So you get no arguments from me about that. But what Leroy just said is, like, I'm gonna fight with you if you come home and you with your lady and y'all raising y'all children, and then somebody tries to get rid of the housing that is being provided for you and your child because you want to recreate your family. Like, call me. Like, we stand with you, because I think that's crazy. But you just leaving because you don't like her no more. Y'all pissed at each other. Man, you go to another room, but you don't go to another house. What's wrong with you? You got children. Right? And figure out a way to be emotionally intelligent enough to deal with the lady that you have. Be man enough to correct your lady. And I say that intentionally. Like, are you man enough to say to your lady, hey, babe, sit down, let me talk to you. Like, this can't happen again. Well, she gonna go off on me. You need to be able to handle her going off on you. We got to get, we got to do this, gentlemen. This is what it is. You got to be able to do this. Squeeze your core. When we squeeze your core, what's coming out? I was told, I was said to somebody recently, I make it clear every time I get a chance. I'm not a business coach. I'm not a business coach. I'm a coach for Black businessmen, because this is what I found out. That the problem with most businessmen is not their systems or their funnels or their marketing strategies. It's not that. They in their own way. When you squeeze their core, a bunch of nonsense comes out. So those of you that want to know what character is, this is what character is: the capacity to meet, to face, and to overcome adverse reality. So anytime you hear us talk about character, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the capacity. Do you have capacity, bruh, to deal with the challenges that are going to come on your way to manifestation? Because once you plant a seed, you're expecting a harvest. Right? Seed time, harvest. Seed time, harvest. Genesis 8:22. Seed time, harvest. But on the way is something I call the meantime. And gentlemen, the meantime is a mean time. It is not favorable. It is not fun. It is not pretty. It's ugly, it's messy, it's dirty, it's all of those kinds of things. And you got to be able to navigate the meantime. All right. So let me read this in verse 44. For every tree is known by its fruit. Every tree is known by its fruit. Every tree is known by its fruit. So your character is known by the fruit that you're manifesting. Every tree, every man's character is known by the fruit that you're producing. So if you're not producing fruit, something wrong with the character. Period. Like I know y'all don't like it. So let me take you to another scripture in case y'all want to tune out, because I came prepared today. I got this Bible today. Right? I got my physical Bible. Go to Genesis chapter number 1. Genesis chapter number 1. Thank you all for your birthday wishes yesterday. I am now 55 years old. I am now as old as Leroy is.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. How old are you?
Now as old as Leroy is. Leroy
I couldn't hear you.
Leroy 55. I'm 55. I caught up with Leroy. I caught up with Leroy. Yeah. My niece said to me yesterday, boy, she made me feel so good. So what's up, Bronk? Happy birthday, old man. I said, thank you. She said, how old are you? Are you 60? So she was clowning. I said, 55. She said, you a good looking 55-year-old man, Bronk. God knows. God knows you a good looking 55-year-old man. I said, thank you, niece. I'm smiling on all my teeth, right? Like, thank you for the compliment, right? And I endeavor every single day, man. It's the reason why I get up every day and do some miles, right?
Yeah.
I got to keep it right and tight, bro. I got to this is the only carrier of my assignment. It's the only one I get, right? So I got to keep it as right and tight as I possibly can. So shout out to Neester. My daughter called me and she clowned with me like, hey, old man. Yeah, y'all just rude, man. Y'all just rude, right? So thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Double nickels. This is the first year.
Michael Jordan, 55.
Respond to everybody individually. Usually I do that. Yeah, y'all, I'm not doing that anymore.
just put out one big post. Thank you, and then you do the at everyone so that everybody get it.
I'm gonna create one post by video today and thank everybody because they're still coming. So yeah. Thank everybody. Okay, so Genesis chapter 1. There is a principle called be do have. Be do have. And a lot of times, brothers, when they come to us, Leroy, their initial question is, Dr. Morton, what do we need? What do I need to do differently? Because clearly there's something that I need to do, that I need to change what I'm doing so I can get a different result. And what we say is, while that is an important question, it ain't the first one. It's the wrong question first. The right question to ask first is, who do I need to become? Because what I do is always driven by who I've become. And then when I become someone different, I'll do something different, and then I'll have something different. So
say that again, bro. Don't rush by that, man.
And tell them that again. Right in this Genesis 1 piece, right? When I become someone different, I will do something different. And here's why that's important, right? I can do something different, Dr. McKenzie Jr. I really can. I can do something different, but I can't sustain doing something different if I've not become someone different, right? So anyone that is having a challenge with maintaining and sustaining doing something different, if you have addiction issues and you get out of the addiction, then you go back to the addiction, then you get out of the addiction, you go back to the addiction. I had that issue with women. Leroy. I know you had that issue with women. Well, I know Leroy would be like, nigga, just keep that with you, man. Like I ain't got nothing to do with the issues that
What I do? I ain't did.
yeah,
You throw me under the bus with you. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Kelly Little says, thank you for
Mhm.
answering your call, King. During the meantime, are you coachable, accountable, introspective, reflective, and willing to be broke down like muscles so you can be repaired? That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. Because here's the other thing that I learned, Kelly. I learned that the reason why there are a number of coaches who aren't effective is they don't drink their own Kool-Aid. They don't believe in the work that they do because they don't do the work themselves. They're telling everybody else what to do, and they don't do the very thing. They don't believe in their own work. I believe in the work I've done. This work that I'm telling everybody to do, the character arc work, the character work is work I did. It's work I did and am doing. So the reason why I can forcefully show up and tell brothers, hey man, you got to do A, B, C, and D, and you got to tear this down and you got to build this up and you got to do this is because I did it. I did it and now I have a profitable business. I did it and now I have a loving marriage. I did it and now I have great children. Right? I did it and now I'm a pillar in community. I did it and now I've been able to visit the White House. And listen to me, y'all might not like this next part. So you might want to turn me down on this next part because you might not like it. I've been at the White House. This is a testament of the work I've done. I've been at the White House no matter who was in power. I've been at the White House when we had a Republican president. Yes, you ain't gonna like this, but I was at the White House when Donald Trump when he was president. Because you can't make change if you ain't at the table. I've been at the White House when Joe Biden, when Barack Obama was president. I've been invited to the presidential prayer breakfast, the congressional prayer breakfast. So for me, it's not a matter of party. I've got an assignment that is well beyond party. Right? So here's the deal. Be, do, have. Yeah, no matter who, it doesn't matter. No matter who. So be, do, have is who do I need to become so that I can sustain what I need to do, and what I need to do in a sustainable way will cause me what I need to have. So if you're not getting the results, the fruit, the have is something you're not doing. But if it's something you're not doing, it's because you've not yet become that person. There is a different character that is required. Woo, I just said something. There's a different character that is required. Becoming someone different is choosing a different character. You guys have heard me tell this story before. It's not mine. It's Willie Moore Jr.'s, and I'm going to keep telling it because it's just such a great story. Talked about his son playing a video game. His son's crying. And Willie Moore Jr. asked his son, Leroy, what's wrong with you? What are you crying for? He said, I can't get past this stage. I can't get past this stage. And Willie Moore Jr. in typical daddy style, same thing I would say to my children, same thing Leroy says to his children, same thing Dwight says to his, Kelly says to his. We all say to our kids, figure it out. Stop crying, figure it out. So he leaves and his son, he comes back and his son is smiling. He's at another level in the game. He says, you got past it? He said, I got past it. He said, how'd you do it? He said, chose another character. Because the character that I was using wasn't sufficient for the next level. It was sufficient to get me to the level I'm on, but it wasn't sufficient to get to the next level. So what I'm asking you, brothers, is if you're not seeing the fruit, the next level that you genuinely want to receive and walk in and experience, could it be, I'm just asking you, maybe I won't tell you, I'm just going to ask you, could it be that you have maximized the character that you have? And it was good enough to get you at the level that you are, but there's another level and you have to choose another character. Who do you need to become? What is the version of you that needs to become and that you need to experience in order to get to the next level. And Leroy, I never saw this until Myron Golden showed it to me.
Okay.
In Genesis chapter 1, verse number 28. Well, verse 26. God says, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. Dominion, brothers. Kingdom. A king with a domain. That's what a kingdom is. A domain or an environment, an area of influence that you as a king have influence over. This world you should be running. Rise and reclaim. From shadows deep we rise with might. Black men united, hearts alight. Through pain and trials our spirits soar, unlocking greatness forevermore. No chains can hold our boundless drive. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Leroy know what I'm talking about. Dwight know what I'm talking about. Right? So you have a kingdom. Your initial kingdom is the life domain that you should be ruling. That's what Leroy just said. Can you get to the place before you invite a woman and children into your chaos? Can you make demands of yourself? Can you rule and reign over yourself? So Leroy, in verse number 26, he says, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, fowl of the air, cattle, all the earth, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Verse 28 is key, man. He says, God blessed them and said to them, write this down, gentlemen. Kelly, you might not have ever seen this, man. Be fruitful.
Yes, sir.
He didn't say do fruitful. He didn't say have fruit. He said be fruitful. Remember, it's be, do, have. Be fruitful. Then multiply. That's something you got to do. Fill the earth. That's something you got to do. Subdue it. That's something you got to do. And then have the domains. Leroy's right. It's been there all the time, man. Have the domains. On the character arc is be, do, have. Spiritual, smaller arc, larger arc, do, and then the domains have. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. So if you don't have dominion, if you don't have those domains, if you've not mastered life, leadership, and legacy, it's something that you're going wrong in your doing. And if it's something that you're going wrong and that's going wrong in your doing, it's someone that you've yet to become. So if you really want to talk about fruit, if you're really about results, if you're really about making sure that whatever results, goals that you've set, whatever picture you have of your life, then the thing you got to do is take full responsibility and extreme ownership for that. And you got to abandon everything and anything that doesn't have anything to do with that. So Leroy, when Luke 6:43 talks about you'll know the tree by its fruit, and then here he says, be fruitful. So you'll know the tree by the person they are. You'll know the fruit by the person that they are. The fruit that they bear is equivalent and consistent with the person that they are. And you got to stop making excuses. We got about 5 minutes. Ask us any questions that you guys have. Leroy is going to take us from here. Leroy, what say you, man? Be, do, have. Be fruitful. Do multiplication. Right? You fill the earth. Do something about it. You subdue it. And then you'll have these domains. You'll have dominion in life. You'll have dominion in your money. You'll have dominion in your body. You'll have dominion in your business. So those areas of influence that we should be ruling and reigning in, we will have, but it all begins with being fruitful, having a mindset, a spirit of abundance. that leads to all these other things that we need to do and have. Go ahead, man. Take it from there.
No, one of the things that I've learned from you, that I've learned with being in this remain journey, is this three principal tier that you have here: the be, the do, and the have. And it was one of the mistakes I know that I made, was thinking about what do I have to do different? Like you said, what I need to do different. What do we need to do different in order?
Me too.
But
Yeah.
yes, you are going to have to do something different, but you can't do something different until you can be someone different. And
Yes.
and when we hear the conversations about people talking about, in life, whether it's your personal relationships, whether it's even in your business, fellas, in your business, if you want your business to do something different, you want to have something different in your business, it begins with you being different. What are you, as being in your business, have to do different in order to be able to do the things that you want to do, and to be able to have the things that you want to be able to have? So we've got to understand that this principle right here. If you ain't wrote it down, you need to write it down. This week, I guess I don't know if you let me speak for you here, but all I want you to focus on is ask yourself, who am I becoming, and how do I become who it is that I need to become?
Ooh, that's the only question. Like,
Yeah,
forget the rest of the arc right now. Forget the rest of
yep.
the arc
Don't
right
deal with
now.
don't deal with nothing else this week.
Just who do I need to become? Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? And is who I am becoming in line with what I really ultimately want to have? Because if
Mhm.
it's not, then I got to go back to the drawing board. I got to add, who am I? Okay, let me interrupt. Let me interrupt who been becoming. Yes, bruh. Yes, speak for me in that area. I think that is so true.
And I think many of us, that's where we make the mistake, bro. Like you said, we get so consumed with the doing that we don't understand that we got to become first before we can do. And just spending that time this week and see what revelation that you get about
Ooh.
becoming. Spend your meditation time, spend your spiritual time, whatever that is for you. Who I need to become, and actually every day, who do I need to become? That's all you want to start your day off asking. Who do I need to become today?
It's so good.
Man, I think I just helped myself with that one, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
That we've got to sit there, and I think what most of us, we just, like we said, we're afraid of ourselves. If we're gonna get the results that we've been talking about today, to get the results, to get to the have, you've got to sit with you first. You got to do a deep dive into you, and the only question that's required is asking yourself, who am I becoming? Who is it that I want to become? And you can begin to build from there.
Because
Begin to
for
build the
those
do.
of you that and we can't, we would love to give you, hopefully we're adding value to you guys and you
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that you got to become the version that is closest to the purest version of you, the one that God created. Um, and there is a framework that we have to be able to get you there. There's a framework that we have that, and it's inside the Remain book.
Hmm.
Inside the Remain book.
Oh, what'd you say?
Did I say something?
Did you say something?
Did I say something?
Did you say something?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if did you say
oh,
something?
oh, oh.
It's like you remember the movie Candyman. If you said his name 3 times, he showed up. If you say Man 3 times, the book will show up.
Leroy, this is something you and I decided to do recently, man. We decided that we are going to send the Remand book now to anyone who wants to receive it All you got to do is pay the shipping.
Get the physical copy, y'all, not the ebook.
The physical copy. All you got to do is pay the shipping and handling, and we will send the Remain book to you. Donald, why would you do that? Because we have a passionate desire to see men change. That's why.
I like that. A passionate desire to see men change.
Yeah. The transformation
Somebody,
of males is the only way that our world will see what our world is supposed to see. So, yeah, if you have not gotten a copy of the Remain book, and you desire to get your copy of the Remain book, all you got to do is pay the shipping and handling while supplies last. While supplies last, all you got to do is pay the shipping and handling, and we will send the Remain book to you. The book is free. We just need you to pay the shipping and handling. Why would we do it? Because there's nothing more important than the transformation of Black men. Absolutely nothing. Listen, if you are watching and you are a brother, you're a businessman, and you're married and you got children and you're trying to figure it all out, go to www.remain.community. That is the place where transformation is taking place. We got live trainings. We got a bunch of things that happen. We do business together inside the Remain community, dope community for adult Black males that are businessmen with families. We are the Mecca. We are the premier organization for Black businessmen with families, and we would love to have you as a part of that community. If you are a sister, hold on. We cannot allow you in. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot allow you in. But if you are a Black businessman, an entrepreneur, someone in the C-suite, we want you to be a part of the community. Go to www.remain.community and become a part of the Mecca. Remain, the Mecca for the transformation of Black businessmen with families. Leroy, this has been good, man. Here's what we know. We gonna know you, bro, by your fruit, not by your vision, not by all the game. Because some of you brothers are charismatic. You can talk.
They got good tongues, don't they? They can speak it.
They can speak.
They can speak it.
And there's a part of that that's necessary. What's up, Coach? Good to see you, man. There's a part of it that's necessary for you to speak. But bruh, I'm looking for fruit. I make a demand on every brother inside one of our programs to produce fruit. Move your business forward, move your family forward, move your marriage forward.
Bro,
we ain't bullshitting inside Remain. We about it for real. Yes, sir.
Brothers, get what he just said. In order for us to move forward, if we're gonna move forward in our family, forward in our education, forward in the government, forward in business, forward in the church, it starts with us.
Yeah.
It starts and ends with us. And it begins with you wanting to move forward. You gotta want to move forward. And that's what Remain is all about. It's about brothers, a band of brothers that want to move forward with each other, arm in arm, and saying we're going to make a difference with ourselves, with our families, and with our community.
Absolutely.
But you gotta be first.
And a part of what has to happen, y'all just hear me. This is a Remain philosophy. It's a Remain pillar. We believe that in order for our world to be better, you need to be a businessman. Because we need you to do what other companies are not doing, and that is hiring our people. We need you to own a business. We need you to be CEO of a business. We need you in positions of power so that you can actually change cultures. So that's why Coach Walter Sellers he owns a business. That's why Leroy owns a business. That's why I own a business. That's why Dwight owns a business. We're trying to hire people. We're not waiting on government to do it. No, we hire our own people. I don't know why I want to put my middle finger up to government today. I don't know what that is. It's something in my spirit. You shouldn't.
Yes, you might not want to do that, bro. You might not want to do that. I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah, I just feel like. Remember that back in the day, Leroy? Remember?
You do it like this, read between the lines.
Between the lines, right?
But
All right.
here, real quick, here's how you put your middle finger up to the government
Yeah.
is by, like Donald just said, by being your own business.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry said, "Hey, I'm not worried about Hollywood. I'm going to do it my way, and I'm
Yeah.
going to put the finger up to Hollywood
Yeah, bro.
and
Yeah.
and build so that I can hire who it is that I need to hire or want to hire in within my community
Yep.
to change the culture of my
Yep.
community."
Yep.
That's
Yep.
how we do it.
Yep.
He gives the green light.
Yep. Yep.
He says what movies get to be on his lot.
Yep.
50 Cent is doing the same thing too now.
Yep.
That's all we talking about.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. This has been a great episode. Hey, I'm looking for fruit. I'm looking for fruit. I'm looking for fruit. All the talking is good, but I'm looking for fruit. All the talking is good, but your wife is looking for fruit. She looking for results. She believe in you, but she looking for results. I mean, look, you've been working on this thing for 16 years. It's time to see some results.
It's time to get the car off of the bricks in the front yard.
It's time to get it's time to get the car off of the bricks, off the cinder blocks in your front yard.
The cinder block, right?
Yeah, like let's do something. I'll say this, Leroy. I don't know what happened at 55. 55, I was looking at what it means. It's the year of adventure, it's
Okay.
the transformation, it's the year of achievement. It's a year in Hinduism, it's the year of the flow, which simply means that you jump in the flow and you get so connected with God that wherever He asks you to go, you just flow with God. Right. And so I'm fully expecting that this year, this 55th year, I sure am. Sure am. Coach said I'm old, without question. And quite frankly, that's a badge of honor in today's society.
Bruh, especially for us as black men.
Yeah, for us as black
To
men.
be, and those of us that grew up in the 80s and 90s, we know what that means to be here at 55.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to, the statistics are saying that we are dying earlier and we are sicker than any other people group.
Yep.
So I'm old. 55. I can now in some restaurants there is a menu just for me. There is
and you got that AARP card coming.
the AARP.
It's coming, bro. If it ain't already there, it's coming. But
yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. And Dr. George Frazier said this, and he gave the statistics of how successful you are throughout the most successful. And I'm gonna use men in this instance. And he gave the statistic that you don't even begin to enter into your maximum productivity till you get the number one age bracket was in your 70s
Yeah.
when you begin to
Wow.
flourish.
Wow. Wait. Say that again, and then look at the
You
screen.
don't,
Look at the
yeah,
screen,
you
Leroy.
don't,
Look at
yeah,
the screen.
you don't even begin to flourish in who you're going to be until you get into your 70s.
But look at the
The
screen.
number two, the
Look at the
number,
screen,
oh,
Leroy. Look at the screen. Look at what Coach said.
average age 69 for death for black men.
So the average age, I need y'all to hear what Leroy just said, and I need you to couple it with what Coach just said.
Coach just put up.
Leroy said, you don't even reach your flourish. Dr. George Fraser, you don't even reach your flourishing point until you 70. And Coach said, black men die at 69, which means that most black men are dying before they get to the place where they can flourish.
And are your most productive is I think specifically what he was saying. The second age cat was 70 to 75. Then you had the six, I think it was 60 to 65 was second, and then the third range was where your most productive is 55 to like 65. That's when you're just beginning to hit that peak to be most productive.
Coach, you said hence right, Coach, hence no generational wealth. Coach, when you said 45, what's that number 45? What's that 45? You put asterisk by 45. Let me know what that is. Hence no generational wealth. My studies show 45 to 55 is what, Coach?
Is where you're most productive.
Age of maximum potential for men. Got it. Yeah, I've seen some data around where Fraser is coming from, though. So yeah. Okay. Here at the end of the day, Leroy, they on here breakdancing, looking absolutely crazy.
Oh Lord, they had the nerve to televise that. Oh my God.
Yeah, they got like they're televising, and they done gave this dude a gold medal for this nonsense that I just saw. This was hard.
Please tell me that wasn't a brother, was it? That was not a
No, it
brother
wasn't a brother.
breakdancing.
It wasn't a brother. So Coach said it's why I'm grinding hard as fuck now. Yeah, and a part of it is the grind, and this is another conversation for another day. I've come to terms with the fact, and I'm gonna post this inside the community later on today. I've come to the fact that grinding isn't really the issue. Right? Leroy posted earlier today, guys that are working, and he posted in a different context. He actually didn't post that. Yeah, he sent it to me. That there are a number of guys 70, 80 hours a week, right? To take care of families, girlfriends, wives, or whatever the case may be. And what's amazing to me is working smarter will preserve your body in ways that we're so addicted to hard work. We're so addicted to hard work. And the truth is, we got to work hard, but working hard at the right thing is key to being able to reach your goals. Right? It's not just working hard. There are people that grind and work hard that dig ditches every single day. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are any closer to their goals. So we've got to know how to build teams. We got to know how to have strategies that position us. But again, if we don't know how to become CEO, then we won't do CEO stuff. And if we don't do CEO stuff, then we won't have the fruit of a CEO. We're forever locked into being entrepreneurs. That's another conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day. Yeah, I understand. I understand clearly what grinding is, but there is such a connotation, and it's a negative connotation with grinding. There are brothers who are spending all of their time, and I'm against it. There are brothers who are spending all of their time with business, and their families are going to pot. They have no relationship with their wives at all. They don't see their children, don't spend any time with their children. It can't be just about business. Remand is never going to endorse this idea that it's about business only. Can be. It can't be. So I will always encourage brothers, understand that you absolutely have to. I know marriages right now that are in trouble while he's going after his dream. I know brothers who don't spend any time with their kids in the name of, I'm doing all this for my kids.
Yeah.
I've
And I don't know
learned,
if you,
and Leroy can tell you about this. Our kids want us.
Mhm.
Our kids want us.
Yep.
More than they want Jordans too. I ain't going front. They want Jordans too, but they want us. They want to spend time with you. Your wife wants you, not just all the shiny stuff you can buy her. Shiny stuff is great. All that's great. But I've learned, Leroy, a lot of this is for our own egos, man.
Yep. Yep.
And I was told by a friend of mine, I'm coming to you right now, bro. I was told by a friend of mine, April Franks. April cussed me out. She cussed, you know how April is, right? She cussed me out. And I was telling her, I said, wifey often tells me, this is some time ago. I said, wifey often tells me that she feels like she gets the leftovers. And she said, and what are you called to do? I'm called to help Black men interrupt patterns and help them master life leadership and legacy. They can master it all. She said, well, you don't embody that if you're not spending time with your wife, Donald. She said, what kind of shit is that? Get off my phone.
and that's a real friend right there,
That's
bro.
a real friend.
That's a real friend right there.
April's a real friend, right? And so it becomes necessary for us not just on business. Being a businessman is great. Being a businessman, I did that. It is painful. And the good news is you don't have to lose your family, lose yourself by building the business. You can master it all. Go ahead, Leroy.
Real quick before we go, I don't know if you caught this, but they showed footage of LeBron after they won the gold, goes over to his wife and his kids because they're standing to the side there. Goes over, does the handshake with his son, the youngest son, Bryce.
Yes.
Gives him the handshake.
Yes.
Daps up his other son, Bronny. And I don't know if they were friends or whatever. That his daughter, of course, he does a little thing with his daughter, and then there was a friend or two or something like that. And then he addresses what's Savannah? Savannah gives her a couple of kisses, and that's what it's about. That's you can be on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
His family, you see his family right there with him.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I need you right along with me, and I'm handling my business.
Yes.
Because this is something that I got to do, but I'm not forgetting to bring you along with me.
Yes.
And I've said that about a number of leaders. Bring your wife with you.
Yeah.
Bring your family with you in these circumstances so that they can be with you, along with you. Yeah, we want you to work hard. You got to work hard.
Yeah.
But don't do it at the expense of your family.
Yeah. Because that's a lonely place. Ask me how I know.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a lonely place. You got all the wealth, you successful. Real success is when you master it all. All of it. Not just your paper, not just you got a booming business and your wife ain't even talking to you. Man, that's corny. That's corny. So, hey, listen, y'all, we love y'all. We respect y'all. Thank y'all. We said we would be done by 1:10.
Yeah, I know.
We are
20
done.
minutes over.
Both Leroy and I had 3 closings today. We are long-winded preachers. But I believe everything that we needed to get out, we got out. Listen, y'all, we love y'all. We respect y'all. And we will see y'all next time. Here's something for y'all to be able to witness as we go. Peace.
The Remand Project is a coaching and consulting firm specializing in personal and leadership development for adult Black males, seeking to break the vicious cycle of missed potential so that they themselves transform their personal lives, their sense of leadership to their families, and their legacies that they want to leave for business and culture. We destroy this cycle on 2 fronts. We confront both the institution and the individual. We address the institution because, according to the statistics, Black males are under assault and are targeted for extinction in ways that their white counterparts are not. We are over-incarcerated and under-educated. There are systems in place, political systems, media systems, and religious systems that serve as intentional, or some say unintentional, barriers to the Black male's advancement. As a result, we work to raise public awareness about issues confronting Black males, promote healthy and positive images about Black males, curate spaces to share information and resources about programs, services, and support for Black males, support knowledge creation and dissemination around these issues, and provide a forum for Black males to both speak and act for themselves. We address the individual Black male because we cannot avoid personal responsibility. We are now overmothered and underfathered. We make bad social choices, and we avoid responsibility for getting ourselves out from under the social plight that we face. We will develop the moral compass and character necessary to face the adverse realities that are faced in everyday life. We live by the premise that even that which is not our fault is still our responsibility. In 2019, we answered the call to transform the culture one man at a time. Our society, our families, and men in particular, are in a state of crisis. And the goal of the Remand Project is to curate the largest, strongest, and dopest community of Black males in the entire world. We then create awareness and action against the institutional and individual impediments that exist against the foundation of our culture and overall society, which is the Black male.